border. I think most of us we've always been very supportive of legal immigration, but what we don't want drugs, we don't want criminals, we don't want terrorists, we don't want human traffickers. When President Trump was president, the border was secure. So it's not about the laws. We're talking about a new border bill, but it's not about the laws. We have a lawless administration. The Biden administration is absolutely lawless. You could see it in what happened in Senator Cruz can talk about this with regard to Texas. The Biden administration went to the Supreme Court to say they want to make sure that Texas cannot keep their border secure. Can you just think about that for a second? Our federal government said they don't want a secure border. They don't want Texas to do their job to make sure their citizens stay safe. Now we haven't seen the text yet, but one thing we do know about this bill, there will be nothing in there that will directly impact anything, whether it's Ukraine aid or anything else, if the border's not secure. So if we wanted to have something in there that said, okay, so if the numbers don't come down, the monthly Ukraine aid doesn't go there. Mitch McConnell said, nope, we're not going to have that in there. It's not in there. So we have nothing, and it could be something else, but we're not going to have anything to do it. Now, one thing that bothers me is we don't have text. We're all U.S. senators. We ought to be able to be sitting there negotiating. We ought to tell them what our thoughts are. And by the way, the people back home, they ought to know exactly what's going on. This should not be a surprise at the last minute. And I've been up here 5 years, all right? And here's what's happened. They give us the bill at the last minute. You're expected to vote on it probably that day, and you get no amendment votes. That's not the way the U.S. Senate should work. We should all have the opportunity to engage. So we all ought to be involved in this. Now, one thing that's important to me is we don't codify Biden's open door policy. So they're talking about saying, oh, we're okay up to 5,000 people a day, 5,000 people a day. So let's just say 1%. So let's say 1% of them are murderers, are rapists, are terrorists, or some criminal every day. We're going to put those people on the streets that might impact our families. The other thing is we're hopefully going to have a new president. When we get a new Republican president, we should make sure we don't pass a bill that's going to impact their ability to secure the border. Trump was able to secure the border with the existing laws. Let's make sure we don't pass something that makes it harder for him to do that. And by the way, where's the House of Representatives? We have a majority. I think this is dead on arrival in the House, but why isn't the House part of this negotiation? We have a Republican House. We should not be voting for anything as Republicans in the Senate if the Republicans in the House don't support it. So I think the bottom line is this. If we cannot secure our border, we need to close the border. If we have a president that doesn't want to secure the border, let's close the border until we get a president that actually is going to enforce our laws. Now let me turn it over to Senator Mike Lee.